Okay, guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm joined in studio with MMA fighter, kickboxing fighter, Muay Thai fighter, bare knuckle boxing fighter, boxer, because you do so many disciplines, Lorawnt T. Nelson. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yeah, that was perfect, man.
Great. And I'll remember that going forward because I was kind of
Yeah.
thinking how to pronounce your name, and without you actually being here to, for me to be correct if I do pronounce it incorrectly. But how are you? How are things?
Doing great, man. Just had a big win against Tommy Turner, and now I get to do some big things going out coming out there to Wales, man, and throw down against Barry Jones. He's a badass. I have much respect for him, but about to put myself to the test and put him to the test as well.
Starting with the your last performance with Tommy Turner, I watched that fight. You dropped your opponent not just once, but twice, but three, four times in the first round.
Yeah, yeah.
That was insane.
Hey, yeah, I've been working on it a lot with my coach over Leo Perucci over at Forza Combat Sports, and we've been like really trying to tighten up my bare knuckle game because with my MMA and my kickboxing and everything else I do, boxing, Muay Thai, I don't know why it is, but I put a little more technique and finesse out there, but as soon as I take off the gloves and it's bare knuckle, for some reason I want like the more of the scrappy fighter to come out where I'm like, oh yeah, I can take your punch, see if you can take my punch. But that's not needed, especially for longevity in the sport. I can still create an exciting fight and be exciting out there and not take as much damage. You know what I'm saying?
No, no, definitely, definitely. You know, but God, it's so many things I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Um, why so many, why so many disciplines? I mean, you do kickboxing, the MMA, Muay Thai. Is it that you want to just have a taste of everything going forward in your career so that when you look back on your career, you know that as in there was nothing, there was no stone left unturned, that you tried your hand at everything, you compete in everything professionally, and you left your mark and you left a legacy there for those coming up behind you.
Yeah, I mean, 100%, 100%. That what you're saying, but also just and in the sense of I like to just test myself and try to show that my brain, my body, and stuff. There's not a boundary so far that's going to stop you. You know, what I mean, I try a little bit of everything, and not only that, just doing even for my bare knuckle fights coming up. I roll jujitsu at least twice a week, every week, even when I'm going for my bare knuckle fights because it's a different kind of workout. It's a different kind of cardio. It's a different kind of strength that you can't get from just boxing per se. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Or this or that. So I think every aspect, just like me, like I like to go rock climbing. I like to do other stuff. And I feel like all these other aspects of the game and life help me get better at what I'm doing per se. Like helps me grow in my bare knuckle game because like I'm happy and I'm growing in other parts of my brain instead of just staying stagnant and just being like just in one realm of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting my mind grow. And there's so many different aspects of different martial arts and sports. It's like it's called martial arts for a reason, you know what I'm saying? And there's many aspects of that. So I can bring in different ways of punching, maybe different clinch drills, different footwork to this bare knuckle game and help me succeed a lot more and change up the game a little bit and have my own style come out. You know what I'm saying?
And you're also the super middleweight and middleweight champion. Um, but I mean, is it that you feel that the reason why you kind of ventured outside of bare knuckle boxing is because if you not felt, but if you stayed just within bare knuckle boxing, do you feel maybe you'd be limiting what you know you're capable of when you know you're capable of more?
Definitely, but I'm also going to where the money is, you know what I'm saying? So right now the bare knuckle sports were, coming up big. And I've had 661 pro fights now, so I'm going to where the money is, and BYB is amazing because they're allowing me to do any gloved combat outside of like 40 days, 40 or 45 days of my fight, even under contract. So like I can still pursue my kickboxing, I can still pursue my Muay Thai, my MMA, everything else, and I still train it daily and everything like that. So like I still can pursue that and have more dreams and goals, aspirations, and it helps me just stay motivated for my bare knuckle fights, for everything, because I just know that I'm not done. I'm not done, and I don't want to be done, and I'm just gonna keep pushing forward and see where I can go. And just keep the options open too, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yeah.
Keep the options open as well. I love to fight. Like that's what I think as well. Like I'm a fighter. I love to fight. I love to test myself. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I like to have fun and be an adrenaline junkie, do all this. And I think fighting for me is like the best sense of all those worlds. I like to try to stay in shape. All that. So fighting brings it all together. And then being able to do different styles of fighting, it's awesome for me, man. Like when I put on boxing shoes, I'm like, okay, I got this. Now I put on little Muay Thai shorts. I'm like, all right, cool, cool. There's different aspects and different little triggers that I think about. It's like, okay, I know what to do now, and it just clicks because I've just been doing it for so long.
It's the first time I'm speaking to you, and I do this with every person, every fighter, every sponsor, every affiliate that's associated with combat sports as a whole. Can you give me just a brief backstory, background of your background and how eventually you came into combat sports? I was going to say BKB, but of course you're doing a lot more than bare knuckle boxing. So can you just like in your journey trajectory to the combat sports scene?
100%, man. I'm from South Africa originally. So I was born in Pietermaritzburg, and it's a little different, I think, than a lot of places here in the U.S. growing up. Like, I couldn't just like when I was a young kid, I wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna go walk down the street to my friend's house. It's like, no, that's not allowed. You don't do that stuff. Like, so a lot of time I was with family, my family or adults or something like that, and that meant like for me just I did a lot more sports because it was like they would take me to sporting events or sports or let me try different sports, and I would study and do stuff for school. So I did a lot of sports in school growing up, and luckily like my parents were amazing to me and let me try different things. They didn't say, "Oh, we were good at this, we were good at this, you should be good at this," kind of thing. They let me try what I wanted to try at the time, and go from there. And if I didn't like it, it was okay. And the best thing about it, they were always there for me, no matter if my decisions weren't like what they really wanted me to have in a way, but they were always there for me. And they, even when they were going through ups and downs and had hard times, which I know they did a lot of, they made it seem like nothing for me, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm lucky in the sense to have an amazing family that has brought me up that way, because there's a lot of people, especially in this fight game, that have had hard upbringings, you know what I'm saying? And I'm lucky to have family that's taking care of me and whatnot. So they always let me try new sports. And my dad had an agriculture company, so it made us travel and whatnot. And I traveled to Thailand many times and whatnot. And I feel like every time we went to Thailand, we watched some Muay Thai fights. There'd be some like chicken fights off to the side of the Muay Thai ring. I just remember being crazy and like looking up in the ring and seeing 14-year-old kids like throwing down like in the streets in Thailand, in a boxing ring, just being like, what the heck? This is like not even real life. And then I feel like all those little things, and then motion, and then I got into contact sports. I played ice hockey, rugby, lacrosse. I just tried new sports, tried new things, and all that contact sports. I love jumping off the cliffs on my skis, on my snowboards, jumping off the things on my bike, in the water, whatever it is, and trying to find a thrill that I loved and wanted to pursue. And then finally my parents there's a literal true story. My parents were getting a massage over at Massage Envy. So if you're over here in the US, you've ever been in the US, like Massage Envy is like a franchisee massage thing that you pay you can buy a membership and then you get like certain massages monthly, or you can just go in there and get a massage. Like a lot of the people are just from like a massage school or something like that, but it's a cool massage place. So my parents were getting a massage at Massage Envy, and I had nothing to do for like an hour or so. So right across the road, there was a place called LA Boxing Gym. It was like a cardio fitness style bag class gym kind of thing, not a real, not per se like a real fight gym. So, but in my head, I was like, LA Boxing. I'm like, oh, damn, this is a boxing gym. Hell yeah, it's going to be cool. And I go in there and I have like a Rasta shirt on, long, baggy jeans, the hair over my eyes, and, just like straight pothead. And, and I go into that gym and I'm like, hey, man, what's going on here? What are you guys doing? They're like, oh, well, we got a MMA class about to start. And this is LA Boxing. I'm like, MMA, what the heck? I've seen that, I think, on the TV, on the UFC. You know what I'm saying? The UFC is like, yeah, that kind of style. And I tried to, and someone there had extra shorts and t-shirt for me. So I was like, heck yeah, I put that on, tried class, and then fell in love with it from there. The people there probably say it to everyone, but they were like, oh man, you got skills. You should sign up for a year with us. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. And I did. And then I took my first fight, like my first amateur MMA fight, like a couple months after that. And then I just was addicted and fell in love from there, man. And just went and just couldn't stop. I started teaching really quick as well. And I got my own fight course online, kickboxing course online. I call it fight course, but it was a kickboxing course, just to help people try to stay motivated, stay in shape, and learn how I do things, and how I stay in shape, and my whole kickboxing curriculum and routines in my head, and I put it out on paper for everyone as well. So I think just everything, my whole journey of like just training, fighting, teaching since I first started has just helped me like grow into, who I am. Who I am right now as a fighter, and being able to do sport, different, assets of the sport, different types of kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, whatever it is, and change it up on the regular.
You said that when you walked in there for the first time, you you're a pot user.
Yeah, big time.
Recently, I mean, I've kind of, there's no secret, but I mean, in combat sports or sports in general, it's no secret that athletes do use pots without smoking. You can also take in the edibles form.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah.
still take edibles. It helps me sleep and stuff like that. I still use THC and CBD products a lot, and whatnot. I'm just not like how I used to be, in the way of like I just all day long, every day, like smoke, party and drink. That's what I used to do, and I had to change my whole life around, and like the last 7 years, bro, or 5 to 6 years of me just changing my life around and grinding, and has got me where I am now in my fight game. You know what I'm saying? And now just all up from here, brother, because I feel better than I did all of my 20s. I'm 34 now, and I feel better cardio physically. I make weight easier. I do everything easier because I just changed up the little things in my life that I needed to change up, and I train like I'm a professional athlete, not just like, oh, I'm just do whatever I want, and then I fight sometimes, and I can get ready for the fight a couple weeks in advance. No, I'm always ready. I could take a fight this weekend and be in just as good shape. You know what I'm saying? I just like having a camp, because then we can focus on what we're doing for that exact person or that kind of style,
Is it that the first time you walked into the gym and you put I mean, whatever it was that you did first, is it that it felt quite therapeutic? Maybe any kind of frustration you had in mind, you almost like vented it out on a pair of pads with a training partner.
100%, man. Like every day I went there, that's what's so amazing, I think, about martial arts, MMA, every kind of aspect of the fight sport is like, you can go in there and get conditioned, you get your little bit of anger out, testosterone, whatever it is, and you can let it out in a spot, in an area where you have like-minded people that are down to do the same thing. So you're not, pushing buttons normally for other people or causing issues. And you can, and you can be yourself, and be yourself. At least for me, I get to be myself and let everything out, let everything go. And when I leave the gym, I'm a happier person. I know I got in shape. I'm doing something for myself. I'm happier, more motivated, and then it helps. I get other people that come to the gym that's never done it, and maybe they not per se fight or anything like that, but they become almost like a part of the family to people at the gym, and then watch fights, and it's a huge community in the end, bro. I love the fight game because it's like the world. We got a huge world, but like being in this fight community, I've been all over the world. England, I've been Canada, the U.S., all over the U.S., Italy, and I've always like run into people randomly that I've known from fight gyms, or that like have seen me fight, or I've seen them at a tournament or something like that. And it's crazy. Like the fight world's super small, but huge at the same time, and it's awesome.
I kind of think that it's something, a debate that's been had about whether they should make martial arts or combat sports classes and lessons. They should make it compulsory in schools. I think right up to maybe college, university level, I think. But I think that would be very beneficial because at least it will teach people a lot more respect. It will
Yeah,
calm down your mind mentally, and it's good for physical fitness and for your overall health.
exactly. You're just gonna like, no matter what. I think personally, if you're like if you're happy with your physique or yourself or your health, you're gonna feel happier about yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like I think personally, um, and no matter what, in my eyes, if you've got some confidence, and I think like no matter what, like no matter if you think you're beautiful or not or whatever it is, if you know you can like defend yourself a little bit, it gives you some confidence. You know what I'm saying? It gives you some confidence. And I'm not saying like confidence to go beat someone up, but confidence in a way to like walk with your head up and know like that, like if a certain situation happened or you had to protect your wife, your kids, yourself, or something like that, you could probably do so. And then not only do that, you could probably get away from the situations you have to, if you have to run because you're going to be in shape or whatever the deal is. You're not just going to die out, and not only you can't fight, but you can't run away because you're out of shape or this or that. You're gonna have a little bit of confidence in the aspect of like being protected, or just self worth in a way. You know what I'm saying? Because like the more for myself, the more I feel better. Like when I feel like I gained a little weight on the weekend or something like that from eating crap, and then the next day when I go grind and work out and I lose some weight, like I'm like, oh yeah, what's up? I feel good again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
Yeah.
that little happiness that it doesn't matter if other people don't per se notice it, but like you see it and it helps you feel better. You know what I'm saying? At least for me.
Absolutely. I agree with all of that. It's just that you still have these left-wing snowflakes that just for some reason they just keep it's not, I mean, competing professionally is not exactly everyone's cup of tea, I understand, but that's what
Yeah,
it is.
one hundred
But yeah,
percent.
for some reason unhealthy lifestyle has been encouraged more than ever these days, especially here in the West.
I don't really I can't really understand what's in a lot of people's minds these days with a lot of things going on. So I just try to stay positive and do what I do to make myself better, be good to my family and friends. You know what I'm saying? That's in my head. That's all I can do right now. And then you know when we talk, you and I talk, or I talk to someone else, say the same thing and put it out
Yeah.
there like we're doing.
So, BYB 30 is taking
Yeah.
place August 17th. Am I correct?
Woo. Yes, sir.
Um, so what's the game plan for Barry Jones? I've seen some of your fighting before, so I know that it's definitely, well, BKB or in general bare knuckle boxing, it's never a dull moment in the ring.
No, for sure not. But like I was saying, like I've been I shouldn't say trying to perfect, and nothing's ever going to be perfect, but I've been trying to perfect my bare knuckle game and get it to be a more, like, I think a lot of people think that this bare knuckle game is a super like short period of time, and I want to show people, just like Barry's got, 10, he's 10-0 right now, he's got 10 fights. I've been doing this not that long, not that long, not as long as Barry has, and I've already got 7 fights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep killing it and staying busy. And the reason why and how I can do that is to be a little smarter when I'm fighting, in the sense of like keep my hands up and move my head and whatnot. Not run away, not that kind of stuff, because I'll never do that. But I mean, just keep my hands up and be a maybe slicker boxer per se, if you want to say it like that. But yeah, so all, for this Barry fight, it's just like any fight. I'm trying to grind, be in the best shape that I can be. Like always, I'm always in great shape, and I always believe in my cardio more than anything in the world. I can believe that no matter how hard the fight is, no matter how long the fight goes, no matter how many punches I throw, no matter how tired I get, I'm never going to stop, because I've been there, I've done that, and I'm prepared for it. And I know that in my mind and in my heart, you know what I'm saying? So that's one big thing. So, just, and another thing, Barry has to be ready for those 3-minute rounds. It's going to be a little different for him, getting those 6 3-minute rounds. I'm prepared for that all day. So I know he will be too. He's probably grinding just like me. Another big thing is I've just been really focusing with my coach on just tightening up my game. Like I've been saying, tightening up my game, keep my hands up. I know how to box. I know how to move. And sometimes I just get a little overzealous in my head with like, yo, bro, I can take your punch. Can you take my punch? Let's see, kind of thing. Who's the bigger man? And there's no point in, there's just like, the more I've been fighting and seeing, and coach has been talking to me and different stuff, there's no point in me trying to test my nutsack size or whatever you want to call it. Sorry for that, but you know what I'm saying? I don't like, why? I'm already in there fighting, doing what I love, and putting myself on the line there. And I should do it in a way where I can do it for years and years to come. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been thinking about more and more. So, for Barry Jones, I'm just gonna tighten it up. I feel like his game, he lives in the fight like I do. He's down to get in that pocket and throw down and scrap. And I'm always going to do that. I'm always going to be down for that. But you're going to see a lot more calculated LT smash during this Barry Jones fight. And I'm gonna draw out shots and take advantage of those shots, make him miss and make him pay.
You two, well, is any bad blood between you? Have you ever crossed paths at all?
Well, we fought on he actually knocked out Tommy Turner first round as well.
Ooh.
So we both fought Tommy Turner, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I fought on the same card as him. When he fought Tommy Turner, I fought freaking A. I can't remember. I knocked him out the ring. Oh my word. I don't know. I'll remember his name, but another BYB fight. I came out to the O2 arena there, and fought someone. But when I fought, Barry Jones fought Tommy Turner and knocked out Tommy Turner, and I remember us both leaving the stadium around the same time. And he's a super respectful dude. His brother's super respectful too. I think they were both walking out together. He's quiet and like humble and like quiet and stuff. Like I've never seen him go like crazy or anything like that. He's super quiet, just goes up and scraps. You know what I'm saying? And I love that shit, because that's what I do too, man. I don't like to talk shit. I love what I do, and I love that there's people and that there's fighters out there that are willing to fight me, and I'm willing to fight them. You know what I mean? That makes the sport happen. So I've got no animosity or hate for anyone that I fight. I just can't wait to go out there and prove my supporters right and their supporters wrong in a way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever it is, but yeah. So we were walking out of the arena, and I saw Barry Jones's brother. We said something, and I can't remember what we talked about, but I remember just all together, all of us were like, in some sort of sense, we're like, I feel like me and Barry, Me and Barry are gonna have that at one day. And then look at this, a year later, less than a year later, or sorry about that.
That's
Sorry
all
about that. Less than a year later,
right.
or a year later now. Now we're fighting for a Police Gazette Diamond Belt out in Wales. You know what I'm saying? So little just putting thoughts out there, putting things out there to the world, believing it, working hard, and things come together, and the world's awesome like that.
I don't mean to stir the pot, but if the two fighters don't exactly get along, then it tends to make for a much more interesting back fight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, for sure. No, it's true
Uh,
for sure. So I feel like a lot of that's gonna happen soon enough with all the fans and everything like that talking, and like my supporters and his supporters, and then you never know what comes of that. But all I know is that like all the fans or anyone that's gonna watch that fight, they're gonna be, maybe the upcome to the fight might not be like as exciting as like a Jake Paul thing, you know what I'm saying? But don't blink, because when that fight happens, we're throwing down, we're going toe to toe, and none of us is scared to go out while we're throwing. So neither of us are gonna go out on our shield and like cover up and hopefully make it out of there. We're both gonna be swinging, and something crazy is going to happen. It's going to be the best fight in the world. It's going to go all 6 rounds of the craziest war in the world, or someone's going to sleep right away. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be insane no matter what happens. If it's a quick knockout or if it's a long, everlasting fight, someone's going to sleep. People are hitting the canvas. There's going to be blood. It's going to be amazing. And I obviously believe I will be victorious, and I am bringing home that Police Gazette Diamond Belt. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? And I put it out there, and I believe it 100%.
I look forward to watching the fight, definitely.
Yeah.
Even though the fight's going to be on my home turf against her, but I will be supporting my boy, but may the best man win, the better fighter win.
Heck yeah, for sure, brother. I can't
Uh,
wait. You're going to be able to be at the show?
yeah, probably. I don't know because everything is almost like all over the place. I recently started a new job. I haven't got my own set of wheels back yet from the technician. It's a bit of a mess, but we'll see. I mean, August is still some time away.
Yeah. Well, if so, I would love to say what's up in person and whatnot. And if not, there'd be many other times and fights to come. I now that BYB and BKB are merged, I know that they're going to be going over to England quite a bit. So no matter what, we'll soon enough we'll be able to shoot the, as they say out here, shoot the shit in
Absolutely,
person.
yes. I would love that. I really like that. Um, with the success you have achieved in combat sports as a whole, can you talk about your gym that you're fighting out of, Forza Combat Sports?
Yes.
Uh,
Forza Combat Sports, it's awesome, man. It's here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. It's like Broken Arrow is a smaller town. It's not really big. You don't, I don't know, famous people out here, anything like that. It's more of, it's a quiet area, nice little city, but the gym's awesome, man. We got some really big talent from MMA to boxing to Muay Thai, and a huge youth group that actually I think like there's like seven to 10 people fighting this weekend for like I'm not sure if it's the Waco kickboxing, I don't know, but it's in Idaho, I believe. And there's a big tournament, kickboxing tournament. So I think 7 to 10 of his fighters are going out this weekend to that. I got another dude fighting. He's like, well, how old is he? Like 45 or something like that? 40s. Yeah, he's like in his 40s, man, and he's still killing the game. Motivated, energized, doing great. He's got a fight this weekend. I'm actually cornering him for that. That'll be this Friday for XFN. So if people, I'm not sure if they'll be, no, they'll be on, they were on UFC Fight Pass for a little bit. I'm not sure if they are anymore, but yeah, just the gym in general, man. It's super small and low key, but the people are great there. And the coolest thing about it is our my coach Leo Perucci. He's a different, he's fought before, so he's got some background in the fight game, so he knows about fighting and being in the real situation. But the coolest thing about him is that he still spars with us. He still spars, not like a lot of rounds always, but he still gets some rounds in with us and moves with us. And the best thing I've ever seen is that he changes up pads and he changes the way he holds for me. He changes the way he holds for the chick he holds for. He changes the way he holds for the kid he holds for. Whatever it is, he changes it up for how we work. And he doesn't try to change my fight game. He tries to make my game better, more pristine, tighter, tighten things up and stuff like that, which I think is amazing for him. He doesn't change my fight game. He just makes it better.
With the experience you have behind you, and again with the success you have achieved, is there any advice you'd want to give to any newer fighters coming on the scene, especially newer and younger fighters?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, you have to remember there's going to be like this is a brutal game. It's a brutal game in the sense of like you're going to have people that are happy with you when you win and people that are like that don't think you're that cool anymore when you lose. Whatever it is, and you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, losing, winning. You're going to have managers taking advantage of you. You're going to have promoters saying, this is all part of the game, all part of life. You know what I'm saying? Every part of life, there's going to be little negative and little hiccups and activity. But if you're truly passionate and you want to be in this fight game, it's something that you have to give your all to. I was lucky enough to work through my fight game. I had people supporting me around me, but I also worked odd jobs here and there to get through. And I fought paycheck to paycheck for a while, which is not the most comfortable thing to do, but I did until now I'm at a spot where I'm comfortable. I bought my own house. I did that, but I wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't think personally, if I maybe had a full-time job where I couldn't go to the gym all day long, where I could do this. I'm lucky enough to I gave everything in my life to this fight game, and that's why I was able to make something of it. So just for those people that are trying out there, I'm not saying that you have to not do your job, not work, but just know that just one or two or three or four even obstacles, losses, things that don't go your way, just know that there's always greener grasses and brighter things ahead of you, and you just have to stay. If this is really what you love and pursue, and you have passion, and of course you need some skill in the sense of it, then you have to stick to it. And no matter what, like, it will be so much better later on in life, knowing even if you didn't make it per se all the way where you wanted to, whatever it is, but you're going to be happier in life by going after your dreams, goals, and pursuing it than saying, oh man, I could have done this. Maybe, who knows, man, I could have done this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. So no matter what, I'm going to go after every little thing I can go after. And so all these guys coming up and going, like, grind. Don't listen to the naysayers always. Don't, do things for yourself sometimes. Be somewhat selfish, but we are in a team sport, so you have to help your team as well. Be selfish in the way if you have to, you have to do stuff for yourself sometimes. Maybe you have to stop going out with a girl because she's a bad influence. Maybe you have to change your friends because there are bad influences around you, which I had to do a lot of. There's a lot of things you have to do, but just stay confident and know that there's always downs, but there's the ups are so amazing when you feel them after working hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I was just saying about the youth coming up and different stuff. And I think one more thing that I did to, like, I'm saying, I made better decisions in my life. I stopped drinking, different stuff, but like, to each their own, like I always say. Um Sorry, I just messed up my phone. Someone was just calling me. I was saying, to each their own with what they do, but I stopped drinking, and for me, I really started doing well with my career and my fight life when I when I didn't just believe in myself. I've always believed in my skills and my talents and stuff, but when I actually believed in myself, but I put the work and the grind behind the belief. You know what I'm saying? So like I work harder than anyone, I believe. I work harder than anyone. I grind every day, and I know I'm in shape. And then that helps me in my mind to know that like nothing can stop me. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what, I'm going to go out there and do the best I can do, and that's the best thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do like that because I mean today, with everything and
Sorry, man.
oh,
Can't hear anything.
can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, now I can hear you. Perfect. My phone was on silent.
I was saying, I agree with everything that you said, and even more so because these days there's now so many distractions, so much nonsense going out there, especially now we have social media. So there's a lot of noise, white noise you've got to cut out if you want to be the best at anything you're putting trying your hand at. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think there's much more I can add to that. Um, but last but by no means least, because I definitely want to have you back on the show. Any shout outs you want to give to family, friends, or sponsors, coaches?
Yeah, big shout out always to Forza Combat Sports and all my training partners and friends out here in Oklahoma and all around the world, country, and like much love to all the fans and supporters of LT Smash Nelson or and the supporters of any fighters, whoever you love, whoever you support. It's awesome for all of us because no matter haters, people that love you, anything is it's support, it's fans. We get to put on a show for people. So I always say without the fans and the people out there, we wouldn't be much. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everyone out there that gives support and love to all of us as fighters. Much love to, like I said, Leo Perucci and Forza Combat Sports. I still do all my jiu-jitsu over at Ryan BJJ in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Great spot. Big shout out to Nocturnal Tattoo. If you're out in Denver and you need a tattoo, Nocturnal Tattoo. And then up here in Oklahoma, my brothers over at Just Peachy Tattoo. They're a great tattoo shop over here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Amazing. Colorado Discount Nutrition. If you're ever in Colorado, I'm not even there right now, and I still get stuff from them. Send it over. So if you ever need some stuff, Colorado Discount Nutrition, the best spot around. My Fit Foods My Fit Foods are all around. They always help me out and whatnot during my fight camps. And I've got many other sponsors, but I'm always super bad and I always should write down something, but I never do. But just much love to everyone. And anyone that sees me fight and looks at my shorts or sees me on my shout outs afterwards, those are all my sponsors. Oh yeah, big up to two more here. I just remembered. One is my dad's company, a family company in a way, actually. It's called Yield Plus. It's an amazing product for any kind of plant growth, from food, from like flowers to vegetables to anything you can think of growing. It's amazing. Yieldplus.com. And then my fight course, man. If you want to check it out, anyone wants to check it out, go to at Smash FTC. That's going to be the Instagram, and then you can check out my the link in my bio, and my Instagram is at LT Smash 7, and the link for my fight course is in the bio there. So check that stuff out. Anyone watching or whoever wants.
For any other sponsors or any other person that you probably not remember to mention here, please send me the list. Send me the list of everyone, and I'll make sure to tag them both the Instagram post and the YouTube post as well.
Heck yeah, much love. Thank you so much,
guys. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. If you've watched the whole episode on YouTube, please don't forget to leave a like and to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the platform, the podcast grow if you do, and when you do that. And if you're listening on the audio platform, Spotify, iTunes, or SoundCloud or Google Podcasts, don't forget to leave a rating, particularly on Spotify. Again, it helps podcast grow on those platforms as well. Lorawnt, thank you once again so much for coming on. Definitely we'll have to have you back on the show. And good luck for August 17th against your opponent.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Much love. Thanks for talking. Good stuff.
Take care.